Hello and welcome back to another episode of World of Warcraft Hardcore. My name is Syken and today we are continuing the run with our hunter Syken Shoots. It is time for some good old-fashioned hunter gameplay. So today we are starting with Taming the Beast, which is our class quest. Tame a large crag boar, which we could find right down here, and that's essentially teaching us how to tame beasts. I still haven't fully made up my mind about what I want to do in terms of taming, but I think there is a good chance that we're actually going with a snow leopard because it looks cool and I like the idea of having one. The crag boar, on the other hand, is rather easy to tame. Those snow leopards will hit a little bit harder, but I think we're okay. We do have a stamina buff, so we're actually fine. There we go. Tamed it, and we'll bring it back, and that is that. Afterwards, we should be learning the tame skill, and then we should be actually getting our own first pet. And with that, things are hopefully improving. So, let's go. Give me that tame skill.
Off with you. Watch your back. Off with you.
He wants us to continue practicing our skills. Holy smokes. I'm very much looking forward for having a pet. It will change the way that we're playing dramatically because all of a sudden we have kind of a second entity to work with, and it will be just so much better.
I'm out of range.
Okay. Dismissing.
Too far away.
And let's get that snow leopard. Good way of getting defense skill as well. So the leopards aren't bad. We talked a little bit about pets and what they can and cannot do. And I think cats for now, until we can get a gorilla, are going to be a fun little distraction because they have a fast attack speed, therefore they hold more threat and also deal a little bit more damage. Tame an ice claw bear, and then we finally get our taming skill. So let's get that ice claw bear, shall we? You look like the closest direction. And then we have quite literally all three. Good, as you can see, even with working with a pet together, already such a day and night experience. A hunter without a pet, not a good hunter. I was really thinking about like that big fat bear as well, because it is so Warcraft lore-ish. But yeah, I think we're just going with the feline. By the way, it doesn't really make a lot of difference. We could also go with the bear, whatever. Just stick with a pet. And for now, having tamed the bear, that's the last bit that we finally need. Afterwards, we can actually get our taming skill going.
You got my attention. Hey, good. Watch your back. Hey, good.
Good. And in Ironforge we can then train beasts, which we could do with this bear, or we're just trekking beasts and we're finding a proper snow lion. I think level 8 was the highest that we could get at this point, but the pets will be leveling as well, so they will, in other words, catch up to our level. Let me find the snow leopard, and we're just going with that for now. There we go. So can we feed the pet? Rename. Well, that's a good question. I ended up coming up with an item cipher. Sounds like a quick feline. Very good. So that's the pet for better visibility. Alright, after we got our pet, it's time to train the pet. And pet trainers are very good because you can train stamina and hit points, and that indeed will be very, very helpful. So, for our pet, we currently have 0 pet training points, right? But the pet definitely can be trained by effectively giving him more hit points and more stamina. Greater stamina and natural armor is the way to go for leveling pets. Good. They just aren't level 10 at the moment, so there is no point in even trying to do that. We ourselves don't have any skills. Cool. That's fine. And thanks to the training, we now do have the feed pet ability, which will allow us to use any of this here in order to actually feed the pet. Now, in order to make that a little bit more useful, we're going to go to the meat menu.
Great to meet you.
So let's get a bit of these.
See you soon.
And we're continuing to feed the pet. Alright, now that we're done with the training, what a better way of starting the day than to start with an elite quest. Wargash is our target.
Charging.
We're going to pull the hunter's pet with us. If it dies, it dies. It's not a problem in this particular encounter.
I'm out of range. I need to get closer. Too far away.
We are picking up the quest here.
Hi, watch your back.
And what follows is going to be a little bit of fence scouting. Right, keep on going. Pop, pop, pop. Unfortunately, our pet died in that encounter. Very good, but we got an elite quest
Great to
done.
meet ya.
What are we taking?
Off with ya.
So next up, let's do the public servant to showcase just how fast the hunter can kill. I'll move over and we're going to kill some trucks. Alright, this stick side is definitely kind of the epicenter of dense mob spawns. So all of these here are approximately same level as we are. So let's just see how fast we can kill them. Pet is supposed to hold aggro. Maybe need to give it a little bit of time to even get the initial threat. And just look at the chain killing. Cypher just reached level 9. Unbelievable, I actually need to drink. Good, sending pet in.
Charging.
And that's a double pull, by the way. Not even broken a sweat. Pet regenerates massive amount of health just by itself. Yeah, and we need to go in here and kill 9 more of those bone snappers. And the only thing that's holding us back is a little bit of a drinking break here and there.
Charging. Past that yet.
It's crazy how much of a night and day experience compared to before it is. Don't even need to move super far away.
Past that yet.
Okay, this might become a bit tougher.
Charging.
Let's not pull a third one.
Past that yet. Explode. Not enough money.
Alright, although we lost the pet, that was 3 guys in one go. Nice. Fast forward the rest of the quest. Time to trade in the quest. We are done with killing all of them. We're, by the way, going to play as a Beastmaster. I decided that is just the most solo focused and pet focused route, so we're going to do exactly that. Next up, Shimmering Stout, going to here, basically getting the Lockmodan flight point for later. And then I'm contemplating if I should go to Stormwind and just do my journey from there. It's just so much more fun to level there. I hate the lock, which is like right over here. It's such a zone. Alright, let's get over here and get to the next quest first. Alright, so we made our way to Lockmodan, got the flight point, got already a quest to fly back, but we're going to do that a little bit later. For now, we're just starting with the grinding quests. Trogs need to die, and Stone Spitter Scouts need to die. On top of it, we'll need a lot of the wildlife, so the start of this area, in my mind, was always still worth it. But the moment that you went in deeper into the lock, it became just unfortunate. Quests were very far apart from one another. Yeah, it was just generally not a very pleasant experience to quest here. Well, maybe with less people in the zone, it might turn out to be a really, really good experience, because now we have all of the mobs for ourselves. Okay. The feeding buff, by the way, disappears when you're in combat, to my knowledge. Why am I immediately pulling threat? Oh, because we don't have growl yet. We need to learn that from our pet trainer.
Too far away.
Good, but the normal damage of our pets is already good enough. So we need to kill a couple of these trogs. We need spiders for Spider Ichor. You can see one of the things that I also didn't like is it's not necessarily an easy drop. None of it is. If I remember correctly, I also needed the bears for bear sausage. A spider pet wouldn't be bad either. It would make for a cool companion, because no one had one. But I think my idea with the gorilla is already cool enough. Bears have a lot more hit points than other animals, hence we need to take a little bit longer to get them down. But yeah, you can see the advantage of a hunter is really just the chain killing, almost zero breaks whatsoever. Pet takes aggro now and then, and I'm not even particularly geared or anything. If it wouldn't be so boring, I think chain killing might actually be a viable strategy with a hunter. That or just hardcore questing. will drink and eat after that. Cool. And it's a bit fast forward for you guys because I mean, we killed most of the wildlife. Actually, I want to showcase some more trucks, and then it is fast forward. Downside or downtime is very, very low. These are level 11 mobs, so they are one level higher than our pet. Yeah, if he just wants a range duel, that is not going to go well for him. Not at all. Yeah, although they are even a level higher than we are, I mean, I'm not really noticing any difficulty here with fighting them. So fast forward it is for you guys. Alright, about 20 minutes and 50 odd kills later, we find ourselves definitely at level 12 already, because we killed like that many of them. The drop rate indeed was abysmal, just as I remember. And if you're not the only person in a zone, that can become a real problem, because all of a sudden these guys are not respawning as often as you want, yada yada yada. So we finished a couple of the quests, the defense of the Kinglands and the Trog threat, as well as the rat catching. So it's 3 quests done. We still need bear meat, and we still need boar intestines for the blood sausage. That's another quest which is just difficult to finish, but it gives a cooking recipe, so might be worth it. As for the remaining quests afterwards, I mean, most of them not only are a little bit higher level, but they're also not really good, so there's a lot of incentive for us to just
well met.
Abandon what we're doing here after trading in the quests and just, yeah, literally going to Stormwind. Not even really motivated to fight these guys down here, although it's a kill quest, so there's that. Because I know that the follow-up quests, like, largely are much slower than the ones in the other regions. Just overall not a lot of fun to do. Is there a bear around here? No. Never mind. Okay, we're just going to do rat catching. I'm not 100% sure really if we want to do the Sildamar blood sausage. Part of me wants to do it, but part of me also knows just how long it takes to get all of the ingredients. I'll give it a try, since there's no one contesting it at the moment, and we're going to see if it works. Just give me a few moments. Alright, after a while of wildlife killing, we are done with that quest, and with that we're just trading in the Stormpike orders right up here. Then I'll just get those 2 quests done, and I think the lock is at that point done and dusted. We are level 12, so I wonder what kind of skills we are going to get. Our pet Cypher is also level 12, and with that we're rocking 24 training points, which should be enough to get some extra armor, some extra hit points, and maybe I can even start getting a bit more skills in, such as taunt. Hit points, so and so at the moment for Cypher, so we definitely need a little bit more tankiness. It'll take the majority of the damage, and I wanted to just withstand enough. It's crazy just to see just how much the pet contributes in terms of damage dealing. I think that's what makes the hunters so strong in the early levels, the ability to just have two characters on the field, and the pet isn't just any character, it's like a full-fledged entity that deals a lot of damage.
Watch your back.
What do I need to do here? Sure, let's do that. We are
Talk to me. Watch your
taking
back.
the orders because we need to go to Stormwind anyways. So it's just bonus XP on the way. Let's move to these two, trade them in. Then the idea will be to fly over, trade in the quest here, just sell all of the stuff that we're having, and ride down here in Stormwind via the subway train, get the couple of flight points, and I want to start questing in Westfall. That's a good preparation for the dead mines, but it also gives us the opportunity to just have a second area to quest in. Personally, I think Darkshire would be like the play. If I could get a portal, then I think we're just going with Darkshire, also because I can use the boat ride then to get to Menesteel Harbor without needing to do a long wetlands run that can be dangerous at times. So if I can get a portal and then we ride over, then we even get that done relatively soon. So that's the idea in terms of conquering the world. Darkshore by far the best level area in my perspective, just simply because the density of quests there is unprecedented. Okay, what we need to do is find the quest giver right over there, and then the second one is in the inn, and that is good enough, potentially not to level, but to
What
get
can I do for
just a little bit extra.
you? Safe travel. Be good.
There we go, a little bit more armor.
Great to meet you. Keep your feet on the ground. I've the finest wares in
And
the
before we
land.
trade in, let me just get rid
Hello.
of the stuff. Alright, got everything traded in. It's time to fly, get a little bit extra XP,
What's
and
on
explore
your
Stormwind.
Off with you.
I think that's a very healthy route to get out of there, get new skills, and start training the pet as well. In terms of our weapon, it's still okay, but I think we can do better. Might look in the auction house to see if I can get a little upgrade. Or alternatively, we do a little bit more engineering, because then we can build our own upgrades and get skill points on top of it.
I have the finest wires in the
Good.
land.
Trade in the right to Ironforge,
Keep your feet on the ground.
which is just bonus experience that we're getting. On top of that, we are picking up tailoring.
Welcome. Keep your feet on the ground.
Let me do that real quick. Alright, so we got linen cloth quite a bit, but we're not fully there yet, so we'll just store that. We will find more linen cloth, and it's always good to be able to just get that done. We are additionally just checking in that extra XP over here before we go into the tram and are riding over, and I would really like to...
What's on your mind? Be good. See you soon.
There we go. I would really like to train the pet now, so let's do that before we forget it. Also, given that we do have the option to learn quite a bit of first aid here, might as well just look in the auction house and get our skill all the way up to 150, because then we can use these bandages here, and 800 hit points is basically a full heal at that point. Easily, like it's a lay on hands, so that will increase our survivability tenfold.
Welcome.
Greater stamina, fantastic.
Good.
So in terms of pet, we got pet trainings points, which is good. So let's take a look. For starters, immediately learn Growl rank 2, because we didn't have that, and that meant there was a lot of threat drop. Greater stamina, natural arm 1, we still have trainings points left over, so the pet now does have more hit points than we do have. It does have a very decent amount of armor, which is good. That's actually excellent. And with that, it has 32% mitigation, which is just what the doctor ordered. On the trainer, got a couple of nice skills. Man Pet is good, Arcane Shot, and finally Wing Clip. Wing Clip is huge because it gives us the option to kite away. Man Pet isn't bad either because it gives us the option to effectively heal the pet if needed. Arcane Shot, rank 2, very good. Distracting Shot, which would be our threat ability. I don't think that we will need it that often, but it's good to have it. And yeah, and we got Wing Clip, so really good. Now next up, still have some money to spare, and I think we're going to invest it into engineering. Alright, so I spent all of the money that I had and dumped it into skills, which at the beginning is actually quite helpful. Later I would argue you might not want to overdo it, but we're almost at 150 engineering, so once I get a little bit more money I can build the engineering goggles. I also made sure that I created 10 target dummies, so that's our get out of jail card, besides the now level 12 healing potions. So look at that, 360 hit points, yeah, that's just a full heal right there. And I got tailoring all the way up to 45-ish, got a lot of stuff that I can tailor from there. And first aid, yeah, I'm just basically missing the trainer. Wasn't a trainer like here? Or am I tripping? Wasn't that? No, it's alchemy. First aid was in the middle. Doesn't matter. I don't have any money, so can't really do it, but we got ourselves some wool cloth, which will be helpful. Now, I'll be settling over to Stormwind, and I think that's a perfect cliffhanger. We did a lot of preparation, really good preparation actually, and it's up to us now to quest in Westfall with all of the nice new shiny toys that we do have. Eventually, once a couple of world buffs drop, I will also grab them, as they are always kind of a nice little add-on. Alright, with that, thanks a lot for watching, and see you all a little bit later. Bye bye.